So this is a flipped homework lesson on writing body paragraphs for reading and comparing. Our topic is truth and lies. Okay, so your homework is, so in today's lesson, we compared truth and lies in the text. In Friday's lesson, we'll continue to work on writing body paragraphs that answer an essay question about truth and lies. This flip lesson is to prepare you for Friday's lesson, and there's my spelling error here. All right, so what does compare and contrast mean again? So to compare and contrast means to talk about the things that are similar, but also the things that are different, like comparing oranges to apples. Okay, so what are we writing about? When you write an essay, you're always given a prompt or a question that you respond to. You need to break down this prompt and decide what you will write about. So just for the moment, we're going to be looking at how to write the body paragraphs. So this week's prompt, deceit only leads to ruin, discuss. Okay, so I would think there are 3 different character pairings that we can talk about here. So, here we go, sorry. Are characters ruined by deceit in the text? What characters can I talk about? So, the first pairing I would talk about is Brian and Julian. The second pairing I would talk about would be Susie and Mari, and the third one would be the families, okay? In this video, I'm going to show you how to write a body paragraph about this one, okay? So, let's review the structure of a comparison body paragraph. So we have our topic sentence, which tells us what the paragraph is going to be about. We have our text A, explanation and evidence, discussion about the topic. Our SIG or transition sentences finishes off your discussion about text A and moves into discussion about text B. And then we talk about text B, and then we compare and contrast the text. So let's look at these elements each individually. So our topic sentences. Our comparative topic sentences introduce a similarity that exists within both texts. They should be clear and short and clearly communicate the main similarity of your paragraph. And they must include both authors or both texts. It doesn't have to be both authors or texts. An analytical verb, a concept, and key words from the essay topic. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Look at our topic, deceit ruins lives. So I'm going to be talking about Brian and Julian. So it's my belief that deceit, lying with intent, ruins lives, but telling the truth can save your life. So Brian's life is saved by truth and Julian's is ruined from keeping lies. So my topic sentence is this. The experiences of the fathers in Montana 1948 and Brilliant Lies highlight that deceit is a powerful force that will lead to eventual ruin. Okay, so here you can see I've got the name of both texts or the authors, a concept, keywords from the prompt, and an analytical verb. Okay, text A, explanation and evidence. So we approach this the same way we would in a regular body paragraph. We explain what part of the text relates to the topic sentence and demonstrate the how and why with the use of evidence. Evidence is usually in the form of quotes. Quotes should be embedded. Do not do this. This is shown through. Let's have a look at my example. So our topic again is deceit ruins lives, and we're looking at Julian. My belief, Julian's life and that of his family is ruined through keeping lies. Explain and evidence. The lies of Julian Hayden overshadow the events of Montana 1948. He hides the truth of Frank's preference to red meat and threatens Wes, telling him, "You don't lock a man up for that. Stop this before I have to," following Mari's murder and Frank's arrest. His final deceit, covering up Frank's suicide and his crimes against Mari, leads to his ruin, losing his entire family and eventually his life after a stroke caused by keeping the secret. Something had to blow. So here we have the who and what am I talking about. The text, I'm using present tense. You use present tense in body paragraph in essays. And I have embedded quotes. The next part of a comparative paragraph is the transition or siege sentence. The aim of this unit is to compare the way that both texts explore the ideas relating to truth and prejudice. To help us compare, we use transition sentences. We use this when we're transitioning from text A to text B. These will provide us with an opportunity to introduce a similarity or a differences that we will eventually discuss in greater depth during the analysis. You'll only see a siege and transition once per paragraph. All right, so here's my example. There is a contrast between Brian and Julian and my sentence. In contrast, in Brilliant Lies, Brian O'Connor lives a life in denial of his wrongdoings and the harm caused by his family. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think that's a great transition sentence. I'd probably say you need to do better, but I'm tired, so I'll fix it for Friday's lesson. So here we have our sentence starter to show comparison and referring that we're moving on to the other text. And I have a belief. Okay, I do text B. So this is my example when I'm talking about text B. He, Brian, is a drunken womanizer, and in his children's eyes, Brian behaved like a shit. I can't suddenly lie that I think you're wonderful, and expects his children to come to his aid when he is moneyless and sick. When confronted with the truth about the harassment of Susie and Katie, he is able to admit, I'm wrong, I'm appalled, I never realised it. I'm truly sorry. The revelation and Brian's apology leads to a truth with his daughter. And I can see some grammar or grammar errors in this one. Okay, so here we analyse, when we compare and contrast the text, we analyse the key differences and similarities. We use comparative language. We should try to talk about the author's intention, what the author is suggesting or revealing about the themes. So let's have a look here. So my belief, Brian's lies are not planned and leads to a truth. Julian's deception ruins him. So with Brian's redemption, Williamson is suggesting that it is possible to overcome the damage of lies and move forward, whereas for Julian there is no redemption due to the depth of his deceit. Watson highlights that lies with intent rarely have a positive outcome and can destroy lives. This is also similar to a topic sentence, and it takes me right back to, link sentence takes me back to my topic sentence. So here we see author's intent. So Williams is suggesting, Watson highlights. Comparative language. Right, and here is the full paragraph together. All right, I'll put a Word copy up in Teams for you all. So that is your homework. To prove that you're watching that you watch this, I will ask you, what television show did I have on in the background? And I will say The Masked Singer. So that is your clue for whether or not you watched this homework, The Masked Singer. See you on Friday.